Very good afternoon to one and all. Myself, Mr. Mabudur Rahman from Kekewa College of Food Technology, Nasik, Department of Food Engineering. Today, I will cover food freezing. We cover introductory part, history of freezing, objectives of freezing, composition of food, freezing curve, factors affecting freezing rate of freezing, effect of freezing, microbiology of frozen food, freezing equipments, defects in frozen food, advantage and disadvantage of freezing, and conclusion. So now see that what is freezing? Freezing as a preservation method. Probably that was observed by prehistoric people during cold weather. And until frozen storage cabinets were developed in the late 1800s, naturally occurring snow and ice were used to freeze food outside. With the development of the mechanical refrigeration and quick freezing technologies, the frozen food industry has expanded rapidly. Because under this condition, storage of frozen foods, microbial growth is prevented completely and action of food enzymes greatly retarded. Lower the storage temperature, slower will be the rate of chemical or enzymatic reactions. Nutrients, flavors and texture retentions. Since food remains microbiologically safe during freezing, its shelf life is determined by chemical and physical changes that occur during storage. At 0 degree Fahrenheit, it means -18, fruits can usually retain good quality for 12 months and vegetable for 18 to 12 months. So we can say that food preservation, whereby the heat is removed, temperature of food is reduced, water portion of food change into ice crystals. It means it is a method of the preservation by lowering the temperature of food below its freezing point, and it is achieved by low temperature, reduced water activity, high concentration of solute in unfrozen water. Now see, various food material, those contain various amount percentage of water content and have also various freezing temperature. Vegetable contains 78 to 92% water content and freezing point is history minus 0.8 to 2.8 foods. Fruit in 97 to 95% plate freezers water content bits. 1960 minus 0.9 to 2.7% freezing meat content system was discovered water content. 1961 cryogenic tank and minus 1.7 to minus 2.2 was discovered. In 1970 freezing fast food in supermarket 81% water content. 1980 microwavable and freezing 1990 HMR and minus 0.6 to minus 2.0 milk content. Now see that what are the objectives of food freezing. Objectives of food freezing: to prevent the growth of microorganisms by killing some bacteria, reduce water activity, mechanical formation of ice crystals, osmotic change in cell fluid, tying up some free water by lowering their metabolic process. Now see the composition of food. Food contains water, fats, minerals, vitamins, carbohydrates, proteins. But when water chilled, it reached its max density at 4 degrees Celsius and water freeze at 0 degrees Celsius. That is why ice float on water. Now see that a freezing curve of food between temperature and time. 2s indicate that food cooled below its freezing point. At point S, water remains liquid although temperature is below 0 degrees Celsius, called as a supercooling. Point S2b, temperature rises rapidly to its freezing point, ice crystal begins to form. From point B to C, latent heat is removed and major part of ice is formed. Unfrozen liquid concentration is increased, so temperature falls slightly. From point C to D, one of the solute becomes supersaturated and crystallized out. Temperature rise slightly to eutectic point. From point D to E, the temperature at which crystal of individual solute exists in equilibrium with unfrozen liquor ice. Maximum ice crystals are formed at this temperature. Point E to F, temperature of ice and water mixture falls to temperature of freezers. Percentage of water remains unfrozen. Now, see that the factors which affect our freezing rate are characteristics are composition of food, thermal conductivity, temperature differences, food size, insulation, effect, methods of freezing, air velocity, product thickness, contact between product and medium, initial product temperature and temperature difference between product and medium. Now see that rate of freezing. Apart from that, we are seeing the difference between rapid and slow freezing. So first of all, we will see what is rapid freezing. It is nothing but cooling as compared to slow freezing is more. Produce both extra and intercellular ice crystal in rapid freezing. Smaller ice crystals, minimum dislocation of ice crystals, frozen appearance similar to unfrozen state. In case of slow freezing, rate of cooling is less than this. Ice crystal forms in the extracellular locations. Large ice crystals are formed. Maximum dislocation of water. Shrinkage after freezing. Less than maximum attainability food quality. So, these are the difference between rapid and slow freezing. See the effect of freezing. Ice crystals are formed during the freezing. Concentration of chemical in liquid phase, increase acidity, temperature gradient, fast freezing rate can damage small pieces, low pH protein ratio. Microbiology of frozen foods. We know all types of the microorganisms that are dependent on temperature. No pathogen can grow around 5 degrees Celsius and no microorganism can grow below -5 degrees Celsius. It is the difference between pathogen and microorganism. Freezing cannot kill the pathogen if food is already contaminated. However, freezing some microorganisms are killed, some are injured, some metabolic function are reduced and some are inactivated. During freezing, storage, no problem of microbes. After thawing, it controlled, no problem, but if uncontrolled, cause safety issue. So what can we do? We can do control initial load, freeze rapidly, store at -18 degrees Celsius, thaw rapidly and use immediately. Now, what process carry for various types of the food like fruits, frozen fruits, meat, seafood, dairy, bakery, prepared food, ice creams. So, process when we provide a freezing, that will becomes under some steps, that is pre-freezing, then freezing, then storage, then thawing, and after that immediately use. We know that various types of the methods according to the construction of the equipments, according to the specifications of the equipments we use, because there are the two methods of freezing, that is our sharp freezing, it is also called as our slow freezing. Second one is quick freezing. In sharp freezing, we can say that the temperature may vary from -15 to -29 degrees Celsius. It may take from 3 to 72 hours. And in case of quick freezing, maximum formation of ice crystal, that is 0 to -4 degrees Celsius in 30 minutes. So it is the difference between our slow freezing and quick freezing. So all these types of the freezers, that will be depends on our specifications of our equipments. So various types of the equipments, various specifications, types of equipments are used for freezing, and those equipments you are seeing in the slide, that is your chest and sharp freezer, blast freezer, ice cream freezer, belt spiral freezer, fluidized bed freezer, plate, cryogenic, immersion or spiral freezer. Now see what is our chest freezer. We are seeing here the diagram of chest freezer. It is slow or no mechanical movement, inexpensive, and temperature range between -20 to -30 degrees Celsius. Spiral freezer, it is very simple in structure, no damage to the product, capable of freezing various product, high efficiency chilling, automated program, easy to control, reliable quality, minimum maintenance, minimum space requirement. Next one is our cryogenic freezing. Although most of the food, you are seeing here the diagram of your cryogenic freezing. So their quality when quick frozen by the above methods, a few mushrooms, sliced tomatoes, whole strawberries, etc. Such material are subjected to cryogenic freezing, which is defined at very low temperature below -60 degrees Celsius. The refrigerator are we can say that the refrigerant which used in this type of the refrigerating system, that is carbon dioxide and nitrogen, but it is expensive, so it is one of the disadvantage. Advantage are low investment cost and very low dehydration. Next one is our air blast freezing. It is also called as air blast. So it is a diagram or it is a machine of our air blast freezer. This refers to vigorous circulation of cold air in water to freeze the product. Freezing is done by placing the food stuff on trays or on bed, which are then passed slowly through an insulated tunnel containing air in it. Hence, the air temperature is approximately -3 to -4 at velocity of 1.5 to 6 meter per second. Many configurations are possible. Fast freezing is done, continuous versus batch. Next one is our plate freezing. In this method, food products are placed in contact with cold surface. The cooling temperature of the metal surface is accompanied by using cold brine or vaporizing refrigerant. This process is suitable for packaged food products which may rest on slide against or to be placed between cold metal plate. This process the process is also suitable for unpacked foodstuffs. Examples: stems which can be frozen by freeze addition to slowly rotating cold drum. Fruit juices can also be frozen in cylindrical scrap surface heat exchangers. Advantage of this type of the freezers are good use of floor space, low operating cost, little dehydration of food, high rates of heat transfer, food package keep dimension. Disadvantage is high capital cost and size limitations. Next one is our immersion freezing. Now you are seeing here the diagram of immersion freezing. Product is directly immersed in brine or glycol. The rate of immersion freeze was 10 times higher than the air blast freezing. Everything will be the same like air blast freezing. No chance of freeze burn, generally suitable for our unpacked foods. Disadvantage of this type of the machines are difficult to handle inside the tank. See what are the defects in frozen foods. Recrystallization, chemical change, drip loss or freezer dumps. Burn. Recrystallization caused by the fluctuation in storage temperature. Chemical changes, loss of functionality, little loss of vitamins. Drip losses caused due to the large ice crystals in slow freezing. Freezer burn, food damaged by oxidation and dehydration. Advantages and disadvantages of freezing. Many foods can be frozen. Natural color, flavor and nutritive value are retained. Texture usually better than other methods. Procedures add convenience to food preparation. Proportions can be adopted. Kitchen remains cool and comfortable. Food frozen can be frozen in less time than they can be dried or canned. Now see that the disadvantage of food freezing. Texture of some food is undesirable because of freezing process. Initial investment and cost of maintaining freezer is high. Storage space limited by capacity of freezer. Now comes we conclude that food freezing. We can say that food freezing Our frozen food does not deteriorate from a safety microbial standpoint, but the freezing process cannot be counted on render the food safe to eat if it contains valuable microorganisms that can cause foodborne illness. As a general rule, the food should be considered as safe as consumed after freezing. Chemical changes such as insolubilization or gelatinization of protein, lipid oxidation, and degradation of vitamin and pigment occur fairly slowly at 0 degree Fahrenheit, but a faster rate storage temperature is increased. So we can say that freezing it is very effective method for preservation. No addition in chemical quality of food retained as well as water content of that it will be depends in freezing food shelf life increases. So various type of the food products and various type of the machinery is used to increase the shelf life of food through food freezing method. Now see these are the references you follow. Okay, thank you for listening.